this tutorial I would like to show you how to use the Open Graph protocol on your MODX website. By using the Open Graph protocol you will be able to control the information that's being shared on Google+, Facebook or LinkedIn whenever somebody links to your MODX website. It's actually very powerful to get more clicks to your site, and social is becoming increasingly more powerful. So it's a good way to add something to your site. Let's start with it. So first, what is the Open Graph protocol? The Open Graph protocol provides web pages to become rich objects in social media. So if somebody links to an article on your website, you will see, for instance, a little thumbnail. You'll see a title of the page. You'll see a short description. You'll notice them. If I take my article here as a demo and I'll go to Google+, let's say I share my link. If I press space, it will add this content, as you can see. So this image, this title, and this content is usually just automatically gotten from your post or your site. But with the Open Graph protocol, you control yourself what you want to show here. So I'm going to install something on MODX that allows me to select this image. It selects the title, and I'm able to change this description here. I'd like to mention that the idea of this snippet for MODX is I got from this article on Web Design Tuts, a great article. It explains a lot of details about social snippets, about the content graph protocol, why it's great, how you get these previews in Facebook. So a lot of all the data comes from here. I simply modified it to use it on MODX. So all respect to Kevin Vertommen, who wrote this article on webdesigntutsplus.com. So how do we get this content here? This article in the backend, if I go to my blog, I've added some template variables first of all. So if I go to this article, I can show here some template variables. I've called them social. I've added an option called social image that will decide the image that I want to show on the social media whenever it's linked. And I've added a social description. So that's the description I want to show here. For the title I simply used the long title, but you can change that of course if you want to. So what do we need? First of all, we're going to need a template variable called social image. Let me show you how I created this one. I created a category of social, and I created a template variable called social image with a capital I. I gave it a caption, of course. I've given it another description as well. I'm telling it that it's optional. You don't need it if you don't want it. And if it's blank, no image will be used, just to explain a little bit more how it works. Make sure you give it access to your template, to your pages you need. And the input option, you can select image. That's all you need. So that's the social image. Next you need a social description template variable. So you click again new template variable and you add this one, social description with a capital D. I named it social description, and I again gave it a little bit of a description. Optional, leave if blank, intro text will be used. That's again to explain a little bit more how it works. I gave it template access again and an input option of text, and then I save it. So if you have this on the back end, how does it work inside your code and inside your template? Let me show you. This is the code you need, at least the code I'm using. It uses the Open Graph protocol. This simply says there's a meta tag, and this code is a summary of this page or this template, this post. By the way, I can remove this if I want, but if I want to use Twitter at a later post, you can add this and it will support the Twitter social media. So I'm just adding it in for later. You never know if it's useful. The same thing for all of these variables. So these are simply meta tags you can add to your header, and they will be automatically generated by MODX because the content is generated by these fields. This simply says take the root URL and the link to my page, the current page URI. For the title, this will generate the link in the social media. This will generate the title that's being used, So I'm choosing the page title. You can use long title if you want, or you can create your own template variable to control this really specifically, but for me page title is fine. As you can see here, the property is Open Graph Title, Open Graph URL. Those are the fields you're using for this. Another one is Creator. This is optional. You can leave it out if you want, but this is, well, to create it by field. So I want to show that I wrote it, so I'm posting my full name. This one I'm using an output filter from MODX, because if there's no image, I don't want to show this tag at all. Sometimes you have a site or a page that doesn't even have an image, then this shouldn't be here. So what I'm saying here is if the template variable we just created, social image, is not empty, then show this tag. If it's empty, it won't even show it at all. And as you can see, it has a property of Open Graph Image. I'm linking to the URL of my site, and I'm then linking to the image file. So this is a nice way to display an image. And finally, the description. Same thing again. I added the Twitter stuff. Open Graph Protocol description for property, and the content is the social description we just created. But if it's empty, I want to show the intro text, and that's another field. The intro text is this field of your post. Let me show you. Let's say go to my blog post. Let's say I go to my article again. This is the intro text, this field here. So if I leave this field that I just created for the social description, if I leave this blank, it will by default use this one for the social media. So that's nice, a nice way to do that one. Again, you can change this one if you want, or you can just place this here and don't show it at all if it's empty, whatever you like, of course. So how do you implement this? Well, you just copy all this code. You copy it and you put it in your template header. This is my header, and as you can see, I've got all the other normal meta tags that you probably have already, like description, offer, viewport, all that stuff. You should have this one, the base site URL, and I just added it here below the other meta tags. Upload it to your site, save it, refresh, and then add your pages, add all these fields you just created. So let's see it in action. So I added these fields, they're inside my header. I added a social image, and there's a social description, so it should pick up those. Those are I spoke twice at the MODX Expo, and this image here should show. I mean this one, I'm sorry, this description should here. Menno Petersen spoke on Friday, and this image should appear. Okay, so let's copy the URL. I'm going to go Google Plus first, so if I refresh this one, let's refresh the page to be fair, and let's say I'm going to share this. It picks up the title, it picks up the description and the image. Same for LinkedIn. If I paste it, the preview image doesn't load properly for some reason, I don't know why, but as you can see, once I post it, the image is here and the description is correct, including the link. And finally for Facebook, let's do the same thing. Again, it picks up the title, the link, the description and the image. So that's very useful. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please visit my designfromwithin.com website again. Thanks a lot.